I'm Tom from Do-It-Yourself Home Automation, and this is a look at the question of whether the Dyson V7 vacuum is worth it. A lot of people wonder about this because Dysons are really expensive. And, the first thing I would say is that the Dyson V7, which is the one I have here, the Trigger model, this is a slightly older model. So the newest models actually run about $500 to $600, which I think is kind of crazy for a vacuum cleaner, no matter how good it is. But because this is still new, but it's a slightly older model, this goes for about $200. So still a lot for a cordless, portable vacuum, but not quite as insane as 600. And I definitely, unless you're buying it kind of as a way to flaunt your wealth or as a conversation piece, then I think $600 for a Dyson is probably too much. So maybe get a model like this that's still new, but it's maybe more in the $200 range. So even at that price point, is this worth it? And I think it really depends on what you're planning to use it for. So if you want a vacuum that can be used around your entire house and do rugs, that can do your full sort of vacuuming, then this is probably not the best fit for you, and it's probably not worth the money. You probably want an upright vacuum. Maybe you want to get a Dyson model to do that. Maybe you want to get something that's a little bit cheaper from a different brand. But really, this is not designed for doing your whole house. So if that's your use case, this is probably not a good fit. You only get about 6 minutes of battery life at full power and about 20 minutes at the lower power extended run setting here. So, it doesn't really have settings that will allow you or attachments that would allow you to do your whole house. So if that's your goal, definitely not worth it for the money. Also if you live in a space where you're not going to have a lot of kind of small areas where there's spills, then probably also not worth it. This is really best for if you have kids, if you have pets, if you have carpets on your staircase and you have to kind of get into these small areas. Also, if you want to be cleaning your car out, where you need to bring this out to the car and you don't want to have a cord, then this is a good fit. But if you don't need that, if you don't need to be cleaning these sort of hard to access spaces, or if you don't have kids and pets and you're not really going to have a lot of spills and things where you need to be cleaning them up all the time, this probably is not going to be necessary. You can probably use your corded vacuum with an attachment when you're doing your normal vacuuming and clean up just fine. So where is this worth it? For exactly the mirror of those situations. So if you do have kids, if you do have pets, if you want to be cleaning out your car and not having to lug your full vacuum out there, or if you just tend to craft or do something where you're spilling a lot of powders or things like that. Maybe you do crafting and you have glitter, or you work with some kind of a medium, even little beads where you're constantly spilling them on the floor. Or again, if you have kids and you want to clean out their car seat in the car, or you want to clean out the seats in your car because you eat in the car when you're commuting, anything where you have pretty regular spills and you need to be able to quickly grab a vacuum and go out and clean them, this is a great fit. And also, again, if you have stairs with carpet or something where you need to be moving around your house and cleaning these sort of hard to access spaces. It's also great if you have blinds and you want to be cleaning those very frequently, or to get up on top of ceiling fans or anywhere where you don't want to have to lug your full vacuum. And the reasons this is great for that, it's got a really powerful motor, really good battery, it doesn't clog up, and it's got excellent suction. So you can clean out your whole car in one charge. You can clean your staircase with a attachment for rugs in one charge. You can easily clean up a crafting area if you spill beads or you spill glitter or some kind of powder. It really handles that kind of thing extremely well. Or for dogs or other pets, if they spread some kibble on the floor and you want to clean that up, or even just to clean up cat hair off of a cushion. All of those things are a great fit for this vacuum. So again, I wouldn't spend $600 on it. For $200, consider your use case. It's not going to work for your whole house, but if you have these hard to access spaces or niche spaces like staircases and cars, and especially if you have pets or kids, or you do an activity that's going to result in a lot of things being spilled or a need for a lot of quick cleanup, then I think $200 for the Dyson Trigger vacuum is a great buy. If you found this helpful in any way, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps.